Once upon a time, in a small Igbo village, lived a young girl named Ada. She was smart, brave, and beloved by her family. Ada's life was simple, filled with daily chores, helping her mother at home and fetching water from the river. But her life took an unexpected turn one evening. One day, Ada went to fetch water, and there she met a young man named Chike. He was charming and told Ada stories of the big city he'd visited. They became close, and over time, Ada felt herself drawn to him. But soon after, Chike left the village, leaving Ada heartbroken. A few months later, Ada discovered she was pregnant. When Ada realized she was going to have a baby, she felt scared and alone. In her village, young girls who are not married weren't supposed to have babies. People in the village began to whisper, and Ada's parents were deeply saddened and angry. Ada cried every night, not knowing what to do. But one night, she had a dream. In her dream, a wise woman from the forest came and said, "Do not be afraid, Ada. You are strong, and this child will bring joy and change to the village. Take courage, for there is a reason for everything." The next morning, Ada woke up with a new spirit. She decided to keep her baby and raise the child with love. Although many people in the village still whispered about her, Ada worked hard. She helped her family with chores, gathered firewood, and carried water every day. Months passed, and Ada gave birth to a beautiful baby boy. She named him Chidi, meaning God exists. As Chidi grew, the villagers began to see how special he was. He was a wise and calm nature. He had brought happiness to Ada and her family. One day, the village was threatened by a band of thieves. They had come to steal crops and take the villagers' cattle. The people were frightened, not knowing how to defend themselves. But little Chidi, even though he was still a young boy, showed great courage. He stood to the thieves with his bravery, convincing them to leave the village. After that day, the villagers began to respect Ada and Chidi. They realized that Ada's strength and courage had given them a hero in their village. They stopped whispering about her, and instead, she became an example of bravery and resilience. Years passed, and Chidi grew up to be a wise and respected man in the village. He became a leader, helping his people with wisdom and kindness. Ada looked at her son with pride, knowing that the path she chose, though difficult, was the right one. As Ada raised Chidi, she faced many challenges. Life in the village was never easy. As a young mother, she was often met with cold stares and hurtful words. Some of the elders, like Nneka, a strict woman with a loud voice, would say, "Girls like Ada are a bad example for our daughters." Ada would hold Chidi close whenever she heard this, determined to give him the best life she could. Despite the whispers, Ada worked harder than anyone else. She would rise before the sun, head to the river with her pot of water balanced on her head. She carried firewood from the forest, worked in the field, growing yam and cassava for her family. Ada's mother and father, though once disappointed, came to see how much Ada loved her child and began to support her more. They cared for Chidi when she needed extra help, and Chidi loved his grandparents dearly. As the years passed, little Chidi grew into a strong and clever boy. His eyes sparkled with a wisdom beyond his age, and he was always quick to help his mother. If she was tired, he would run to fetch water. If she was sad, he would sit by her side and hold her hand. Many villagers noticed his kindness and began to feel quite respect for Ada and her son. One day, when Chidi was around 5 years old, there was a great festival in the village. Drums beat loudly and villagers danced under the bright, open sky. As Chidi danced with other children, an elder named Obi noticed and called out to Ada, "Your son has the spirit of a lion." Ada, Obi said, "There is greatness in him." Ada's heart swelled with pride, but she kept her head low since she didn't want people to think she was proud. She was only grateful that Chidi was bringing joy to others. As Chidi grew, so did the troubles in the village. One night, a powerful storm swept through, destroying many homes and flooding the fields. Crops were ruined and food became scarce. The people feared that there would not be enough to eat during the coming months. Ada, like many others, lost a lot in the storm, but she refused to give up. "Chidi, we will make it through this," she told him as they walked together, rebuilt their little hut. Every day she went out to gather what food she could find. Chidi would go with her, carrying a small basket. They foraged for wild yams, mangoes, and nuts in the forest. Ada taught Chidi how to plant new crops and how to take care of the spoils so it would be fertile again. As time went on, Chidi became a beacon of hope in the village. Although he was still young, his calm and positive attitude uplifted everyone. He shared what little food with other children, and he would often run errands for elders who struggled to gather firewood.